I wish I would have gotten a mentor and had a system earlier. So when I started my online journey, I've always been really interested in online marketing. You've heard the story. In 2000, I came across a online marketing product from Frank Kern, who's a big time internet marketer now. But I was always fascinated by it, right? But I never made an investment in myself to actually learn it, to get a mentor to show me a system. And so what ended up happening was like I just kind of dabbled all the time.
You were a dabbler.
Yeah, I was a dabbler. You were kind of, well, I don't know if you call yourself a dabbler, like
I
from
think
your
I was
story.
forced into it. Like,
Yeah.
like I forced myself into it.
Because
It's
you bought
kind
the
of,
laser,
yeah,
right? So you had to make it.
I had probably $40,000 of stuff
So
after my
I was
woodworking
kind of
stuff.
opposite. I wouldn't commit into something, so I was just dabbling a lot. So I'd go from like affiliate marketing to, Facebook ads, Google ads. I was just interested in the whole marketing stuff as a whole, and I never really it never made me any real money. It's just because I was jumping around, and we now mentor, and we have people in our mastermind groups, and I know just from talking and engaging with them that that's one thing that's really not helped them in the past is just not being focused on one thing, on having a mentor that will teach you, but then also following a system. And so two things that I can look back at two major milestones when things really took off for me. One was when in 2014 when the whole Teespring craze was coming. Instead of just kind of trying to figure it out on my own dabbling, I actually made a commitment and bought a course on how to sell on Teespring. And that absolutely changed my life. Like, I actually started making sales. I still had a full time job, right? But I was making sales, I was learning the business, I was following a system,
Yeah.
and also there was a community there where I could talk to people and figure it out. That was huge. Like, if I could give you one thing from this whole podcast would be to find a mentor. Honestly, it's like finding a mentor can change, not only change your life, but speed up your path to success.
Why do you
You
think
know?
people don't go for mentors?
Oh, that's a great question. I think it's a cost thing, right? Because you think, well, I, uh, it's cheaper for me to just go on YouTube and listen. And we want you watching our videos, by the way. YouTube's great, but what I'm saying is, once you decided in a direction you want to go to, it always makes sense to make an investment in that.
What do you think
You know?
what's the difference between like a mentor and watching a podcast or doing
Well,
videos or whatever,
Well, I think a mentor is very specific in teaching you a system. The right mentor will have a system for you
Yeah.
to follow,
Yeah, I like
right?
that.
And so, not only that, but the mentor has been where you are and can show you a system to get you the results that you want quicker. Where I feel like with a lot of the YouTube stuff out there, it's just people giving tips and tricks, which are great. Like, we do that all the time. But if you want to be serious about your business, you want to find someone that's been down that road, who's been successful, and that has a system that you can follow. Why is McDonald's such a great investment business? Because they
'Cause
figure out
history.
they have the history. They figured out a system. They have they're not called mentors, but they have people that
Yeah,
have done that
you
business.
buy a franchise into McDonald's,
Yeah.
you're franchised into this system that's got data, years,
And so
experience.
imagine you can do that, or you can try to start your own restaurant with no like footing. That's what a lot of people do online. The thing with print on demand, it's easy to get started. We talk about this, but if you want to get serious about it, you need to have a system you follow. And so that was the first investment that I made in myself with a mentor and a system that actually, took me to where I was making sales. The next thing I can think of that really propelled me, that could have saved me. I was thinking about it. That could have 10 years I was trying to make it work. And after getting a mentor, in a year, I was already, making sales, making money. So a mentor can really shortcut that. You think about sometimes you think, oh, the money you spend on a mentor is a lot, but then what about all the money you're wasting that you could have made had you
Yeah.
made that investment? Does that make sense?
Yeah, as you were saying this, it reminded me of something too that
Mm-hmm.
I really admire about you as well. It's about networking.
Mm-hmm.
And because for me, it's so easy to go through life and just stay in your lane, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, here, I'm at the grocery store
Yeah.
and I'm buying my groceries, or I'm
Uh-huh.
doing my own thing, right?
Yeah.
And just a little conversation with someone, right?
Yeah.
You never know if that person standing next to you
Uh-huh.
could be a multimillionaire that's grown a business of what you're trying to
Yep.
do, right?
Mhm.
Or if they've been down the same road that you've been down,
Yeah.
right? It's like goes on the road of, like, let's say you're going through divorce or you're going
Yeah.
through whatever. You never know. Like, everybody around you
Mhm.
has had experiences as well, and they could be just as much of a mentor.
Yeah, that's
and
a
because
great.
you don't open up to that person
Yeah.
or ever even say hello,
Yeah.
you miss out on this relationship, this mentorship
Wow.
that you could have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's really cool.
And it's
I
about
like
being
that.
open about that. And it's about networking. For me, I think that's just as crucial as mentorship. Is you can't find a mentor without networking.
Yeah.
Right?
No, that's true.
Because I was thinking as you're talking about this, I'm like, well, how do you find a good mentor, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's bad
Yeah.
ones out there too,
Yep.
but it's networking and finding people and finding. You might meet somebody today that has nothing to do with your business, but it creates this relationship, and then
Yeah.
they open up and they go, "Oh, hey, my brother or my sister's been doing
So
that
true,
for
man.
years," and then all of a sudden it's like, boom,
You
know?
meet someone that you're
We
one
met that
person
way.
away. Yeah,
we
we
met
totally
that way.
did.
My mentors were in my laser engraving business, were my old partners from my other laser engraving business. They were amazing mentors to me on B2B and how to sell national parks and sell to different businesses with laser engraving rather than doing it through the retail side. And they were great mentors. And I would have never met you if it wasn't for them.
Yeah, that's
Right?
very true.
That's how we met, was from networking.
Yeah, it's
You
so
know?
true. I love that. I'm glad you mentioned that. But yeah, so that was the first mentor that kind of propelled me into making money, gave me confidence. And that's the other thing. You don't just have one mentor and stop. You can have multiple mentors to take you to the next levels of your business, right? So that's what happened about a year later. I was given another mentor by Teespring, who really dialed in and looked at my business and said, you have to get on what we call LPWs, launches per week. You have to have a system in place where you're really disciplined on how many products you're launching a week. And we still use that. I actually
Do it all the
teach
time.
that because it's been successful for our business now. And so that mentor, that point in time was what allowed me to go full time. And so mentors at different stages can have different impact on you. And so
And speed, too.
and speed, like I wish I could go back to myself when I was first starting. Find someone that's doing what you want to do, like that's really doing what you want to do. Find that person and let them mentor you. Even if you have to pay them a little money, you're going to get to where you want a lot faster. So that's
Open the
number 2 for me.
relationship. Take
Number
them to
2. I
lunch.
did number 3. Number 2. Yeah, exactly. Give value to them. That could be a whole other podcast. But yeah. All right. So you want to talk about number 3 now?
Well,
Or
for
do you
me,
want me
I
to
don't
go?
think we covered systems as much either. Like, for me, systems are super important. I did a whole training on automation and systems, like once you can create that system, like what you said, like the mentor will help you understand what you need to do and help you with those systems. And I think that's the speed is once you can create systems in your business, it's one of the biggest issues that I had with manufacturing is I didn't have a real system. I would get home and be like, okay, I'm going to make a whole bunch of these, and then I'm going to go to a show, and I'm going to be at this retail show, and hopefully someone will buy a sign when they come to my booth or whatever, and all this grinding and stuff. And if I would have just sat down and come up with a system, I felt like I was spinning my wheels because it made me feel like I was busy rather than actually coming up with automation and systems that would actually bring results, And I think that is just as crucial as figuring out what's actually going to bring results to your business, and that's where the mentors come in with those systems.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, could you do me a huge favor and like this video? Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got tons of great content there. And if you want to connect with us on social media, check out the links in the description, and we look forward to seeing you there.